Now pay attention, 007. I've always tried to teach you two things. First, never let them see you bleed.
And the second?
Always have an escape plan.
What's going on, everybody? Christopher Morales, that one Bond guy, coming with you from a place of pure excitement, joy, and just overarching hype. Finishing off this weekend, and boy, what a weekend it was. It's actually currently February 18th, 2023, as I am recording this right now. I wanted to do this because there is no better way that I could document this and talk about it with you guys than in this format. The magnitude and impact that it had on me, not only as a content creator, but also a Bond fan, was so huge that I wanted to make sure that I captured this very memorable Bond life moment and share with you guys. Obviously, that's what my channel is all about. For the title and something right here, you can tell that I am talking about The Other Fellow documentary. You've probably heard about it. The Other Fellow documentary has been literally 10 years in the making about real men in the world named James Bond, and its director and creator Matthew Bauer and I, a wonderful gentleman, were chatting, and he let me know that it was going to get its West Coast premiere at the Alameda International Film Festival, which is a yearly film festival held by the wonderful people in Alameda, California, in the Bay Area, not too far from me, only an hour and a half drive. So what did I do? I made a weekend out of it, and it was amazing. Of course, it being Bond themed, I dressed to the nines, and I had the wonderful privilege of actually bringing along a couple of really awesome friends of mine. Shout outs to Bree and Gavin for tagging along. They never had this experience of coming to like a Bond theme event or much less a film festival. It was my first time going to any type of film festival, and what a memorable time it was for me. This was actually also Alameda International Film Festival's debut, or I guess it kicked off the whole weekend, The Other Fellow premiere, and it started on a Thursday evening with a cocktail kickoff party where everyone got there and got to mix and mingle. People were dressed up from black tie to Bond characters. There was Bond music in the background. There was a craft cocktail. The craft cocktail of the evening was a French 75, which was really cool, and photo opportunities galore. There's even a gentleman there with a martini glass as a prop that soon didn't become a prop and was being used to consume a libation, and I thought that was amazing. The directors and producers of the film festival were there, so we got to say hello and meet them. And it was awesome. I was walking around, next thing I know, I got a tap on the shoulder, and they were like, "Christopher Morales, that one Bond guy?" And I said, "Yeah." It's like, "We recognize the name because you were the guy who purchased the very first ticket." So I don't know if that tells you how much of a nerd I am, or just how excited I was to hear about this opportunity. But yeah, they remembered me and they recognized me. Of course, I did a lot of promoting for this because I was super excited, so they saw that too, which was really cool to experience. There was not a lot that I captured simply because I wanted to really enjoy it and let myself immerse in my very first time at being something like this. But a very memorable moment was when I was taking a few pictures for some people, and I'm taking pictures with people, behind the backdrop that said Alameda Film Festival, International Film Festival. And the next thing I know, from the corner of my eye, I see a gentleman walking up to me with his hand stretched out and said, "Christopher Morales, that one Bond guy." And it was Mr. Bauer himself. Oh my goodness. We talk about this online presence and being able to meet people for the first time, and it feels like you're meeting an old friend. And it was exactly that, because Matt and I were chatting online on Instagram prior to this, and he obviously let me know about this opportunity, and to be able to meet him, especially after seeing the amazing world traveling he has been doing promoting The Other Fellow, was an honor. And it was so exciting to be finally able to meet him, shake his hand, and just tell him congratulations in person. He even presented me with something extremely special. What was this right here, as you guys can see, it is The Other Fellow documentary official poster, and it is signed by not only Mr. Bauer himself, which he dedicated to that one Bond guy, but also by James Bond. Really, James Bond, the Swedish James Bond. You guys probably, if you've been following along with the story of the other fellow and its Instagram page, know of the Swedish James Bond. But if not, I'm not going to say too much more. That's going to be for you to find out, because it is, as we speak, live and up on Apple TV, in which I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can have easy access to it. But that makes this 10 times, 1,000 times more special because of that moment to where he did it right on the spot and signed that for me, and it was such a great time and moment for that. I was totally unexpected. So after the cocktail party, we decided to make our way down to the Alameda Cineplex and Theater, which is a very awesome, almost Art Deco style theater where you're literally transported into the 50s and 60s with the amazing neon lights that provided great pictures such as these, and wonderful establishment and venue. It was perfect for the other fellow, and a perfect way to kick off the weekend full of amazing content that was going to be shown. We watched the film, and oh my goodness, walking in, I had a few ideas of what the film was going to be about, and a lot of things, twists and turns that I was not expecting, and I just left feeling like, wow. It is so interesting, the stories of these individuals that have to go through real life with this name of such an iconic spy, an iconic figure in pop culture, is interesting. There's people that love it, there's people that hate it, there's people that have to kind of rely on it, and you'll know what I mean when you guys watch it. Again, I'm not trying to spoil it too much because you need to see it. So Matt is a huge Bond fan. I mean, he came up with this idea simply because of Bond and being a Bond fan. And to see his work, 10 years worth of work come into fruition and see it on the big screen is such an inspiration. As a content creator, obviously not to the magnitude of Mr. Bauer, but it is inspiring. It is really awesome to see if you have an idea, and it's a testament to, if you have an idea, to go out and do it and see what comes of it. And this was a true example of just that, and he knocked it out of the park when it came to this. Being able to get to know Matt on a personal level and kind of sharing what we have in common when it comes to not only Bond, but just enjoy film in general and content creation, made this experience a million times better. After the film, again, they had a small Q&A session, and to which that Matt answered some questions, and it was really cool to hear some of the behind the scenes of the different individuals that were and characters that were in the film. There's so much to appreciate with this film. The acting sequences, the cinematography, down to the soundtrack, which is also available to listen to, was absolutely well done and such an amazing experience to go through. It all really intertwined, and you could tell the hard work, the blood, sweat, and tears that would pour into this, and it was flawless. Some stuff for everybody. There's great moments of being introduced to the character of James Bond, as well as great moments of having those small Easter eggs into where you have to be a true Bond fan to really understand it. It overall was awesomely done and intertwined. And we all left the theater feeling amazing. There's no other way to put it, but it was just wow. And that was it. That was beginning of the Alameda International Film Festival, and what a way to kick it off. I think it was the best way to kick it off, in my opinion. I may be biased, but you know. I just want to say thank you so much to the individuals at the Alameda International Film Festival for their hospitality, their warmth, and just everyone being awesome all around. To Matt, thank you so much for making myself and my friends that tagged along feel so much more special, because I truly can feel like I can say I'm part of the other fellow story, and to which now we are in a time of celebration and excitement talking about this film, which we'll be talking about for a while because it has a lot to offer. So congratulations, Matt, and great job, well done. And I wish you nothing but the best for your future endeavors. And not only that, but appreciate the friendship, because that is what ultimately makes this awesome. Appreciate you guys tuning into this video and kind of being here to celebrate with me this awesome experience. So that being said, I'm Christopher Morales, that one Bond guy, and take care. And don't forget to watch The Other Fellow.